Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm thrilled to have everybody here and be able to share an update of what's going on with Team BGCP. I was actually just yesterday morning, woke up in my childhood home, my childhood bed, visiting my family back in New Jersey, and had the opportunity to walk around my old elementary school, my old middle school, and my old high school, and watch the kids after school. And I enjoyed a fresh slice of Jersey pizza at the local pizza joint, and just kind of getting my mind back in that mindset, which is kind of good and kind of a little weird too. But coming back to BGCP and thinking about that age group and what we're serving, it just got me even more excited about the work we're doing and how I'm spending my time at such an important life phase for everybody. So that was fun, and it's great to be back here. I'm so glad that we can share some of our strategic initiatives with you, and that you'll be hearing from Jenny Obiaya, our new co-CEO. Super excited about that. She's going to be able to articulate and share our program highlights much better than I ever could. So you're in very good hands there. And I just want to mention also, as you all know, I think this move is predicated, unfortunately, by my health situation, which is not all full of roses these days. The fact of the matter is, my rectal cancer seems to like my lungs pretty well, and it continues to hang out there and work its way around. I began my third go round of chemotherapy a couple of weeks ago. I get my second infusion of this go around tomorrow, and we'll just keep fighting it and seeing where it goes. So it's one day at a time. But I've got my own 3 kids at home, and I'm really doing a lot to make sure they're well positioned for their life and everything. And BGCP is my 4th child, and how important this organization is to me personally. And so I really want to make sure this organization is bigger than any one of us. And this mission is too important. The calling is too great for to be dependent upon any one person. So that's really the reason for promoting Jenny to be co-CEO, so that we continue to do this great work that we're doing, continue to serve our students, continue to build Team BGCP. I couldn't be more confident and excited to have Jenny as my partner, and couldn't feel better about the future direction of this organization under her leadership. And I'm not planning on going anywhere anytime soon, but it's good. It's selfishly, it puts me at peace and makes me happy, and allows me to feel better about my situation, knowing that whatever may happen, things are going to push ahead in the right direction. So I'm so happy to have colleagues like Jenny, and of course Tina as well, and the rest of the leadership team and the whole staff, to keep going. So that's where I am. Thank you for being part of the team. And I also just want to shout out just a note of appreciation for how much support and love and thanks that I've received from so many people, both the staff, the board, many of you, if not most of you on this call. It's been a great 19 years and counting run here at Team BGCP, and you guys are all really important to me. This is not a transactional thing that we do. This is all very relationship driven, around shared values, and we all share those values together. And the amount of outreach that people have done for me and my family is so comforting. And I'm been blessed to have that, and I wish everyone would have that kind of life experience. These last few years have been kind of crappy with the treatments, but they've also been so incredibly fulfilling and rewarding. And I've just learned, so much about love. I could be a little sappy for a minute. I've learned so much about love and life living and what matters in life. And I'm just so blessed to have spent the last 19 years spending my time like so perfectly in line with my values, and to spend time with people like you, and the love that I've received from you is really energizing for me and just very deeply appreciated. So thank you. And with that, let's start looking forward again. And I'm going to turn it over to my co-CEO. I don't know if her parents are on the call, but they're going to watch the recording. I will say my parents joined the call yesterday. Now it's a little dicey. I didn't know if someone was going to say something a little inappropriate, so that I was a little nervous about that. But even though Mr. and Mrs. Obiaya are not on this live call, they will be watching the recording. I want to give a shout out to them, as well as the Sire clan, about how amazing both of your daughters are. You should be super proud. So Jenny O, take it away.
Thank you so much, Peter. And yes, my parents wanted to be on the call. I was like, I need to focus. You'll watch the recording later. So Barb and Joe wanted to be here. They're here with us in spirit. Hello, everyone. It is so great to be here with all of you today. Jenny Obiaya. Before we jump in to talk about one of our major strategic priorities of serving more students this year, I wanted to start just by sharing a few thoughts as I step into this new role. The word that just keeps coming back to me over and over again is gratitude. I'm just feeling a tremendous sense of gratitude. First and foremost, to the amazing Peter Fortenbaugh. I'm just so grateful to Peter that he brought me into this amazing organization. I'm grateful for his brilliant leadership and for his mentorship of me. And I just feel so fortunate to be one of the many whose lives Peter has impacted during his 19, almost 20 years here at BGCP. Peter talked about the team. I'm also just grateful to be a part of this wonderful team from our amazing leadership team, Tina Sire, Mike Jones, such champions for students and incredible partners, our wonderful youth developers who are at the heart of what we do here at BGCP, our super supportive board. We've got members here on the call today, and our incredible partners and supporters like all of you on the call here today. Being a part of this community is just really special, and so I feel grateful for that. And what I think I feel most grateful for is also what Peter talked about, just the privilege of being able to spend my time on something I love doing, on a mission that I care so deeply about. And I have been reflecting a lot recently about what really drives me, why I care so much about our mission to empower our youth in our community to thrive. And like so many of us, I think our passions are shaped by our own experiences. And so, of course, as a kid growing up in Cleveland, my time as a student at Harvard, my years as a teacher in Harlem and a school leader in New York, of course, my time here at BGCP as head of programs, getting to see firsthand the limitless potential of our amazing students and the impact that that BGCP is having in the community. But I think nothing has really shaped my passion for this mission more than my experiences as a mom. I've got twin boys who are 6 years old, and I love them just with every fiber of my being. And so, of course, I want the very best opportunities for them. But I also know that that's not unique. Every mama out there, every caregiver out there wants the very, very best opportunities for their kids. But not everyone can access those opportunities. And so I do consider it just such a privilege, such an honor to be able to spend my time with Team BGCP, thinking about how we can bring accessible, free, high quality programs like great after school, academic support, college readiness, sports leagues, mental health services, all of these things, how we can bring those opportunities to the community, because these are really things that every mama, every caregiver wants for their kids, and things that every child really deserves. And so I feel grateful to be a part of this mission alongside all of you. And so with that, I think I will transition us over to talk about our strategic priority of serving more students. This is huge for us. Here at BGCP, we're now serving the most students that we've served in the history of our organization, which is especially exciting given that, we've faced so many challenges due to the pandemic. And so our students are back. They are back in full force in greater numbers than ever. And we've been really intentional about how we've been reaching out to try to serve more students. And so we are taking three primary approaches around the strategic priority. The first is a commitment to no wait lists. We are committed to meeting the demand that's out there as long as we can hire to do so. The second is opening new sites. We are now in 17 sites across the community, including all of the sites in our Ravenswood School District, and now all of the schools in the North Fair Oaks community in Redwood City. Today, you'll have the opportunity to talk to some amazing folks from our new site at Kennedy Middle School, as well as our site at Redwood High, where we have a new partnership. And our third approach to this priority is really about sort of diversifying our programs. We've had such a focus on our school success and academic success programs, and those are really thriving, and we're sort of charging full force ahead with those programs. But those don't necessarily attract all students. We want to make sure we have something for everyone. And so things like supporting students on the 1 to 2 year post-secondary track, things like offering new sports leagues for our students. And so today you'll have an opportunity to talk to our wonderful director of our Newberry Carr Sports Leagues as well. So we have a great lineup today. Get really excited about this. We've got some great guests in the works. And so we'll start off by actually just shining a spotlight on our new site at Kennedy Middle School. Kennedy is led by the amazing Ruby Fong. Hello, Ruby Fong. I'm going to check my little squares. Where are you out there? Hello, Ruby. Thank you for joining us from Kennedy today. So Ruby has been with Team BGCP for 14 years, and fun fact, Ruby is actually a graduate of Kennedy Middle School herself, and she's just, we're so lucky to have her. And so Ruby, can you start by telling us a little bit about the program at Kennedy Middle School? What goes on the day-to-day basis?
Yeah, absolutely. Monday to Thursday, we are really actively engaged in social emotional learning, hands-on projects around STEM, academic support, and sports. And then on Fridays, we have students sign up for individual student-led or student choice clubs that they get to participate in and have some fun around on Fridays. We're serving around 160 kids as well, so we're really busy here.
Yeah, I can imagine that y'all are so busy. And I know that Kennedy school leaders, who you have such a great relationship with, have been asking for BGCP to open a site there for quite some time, because they've been familiar with the quality of our programs just based on our other sites in Redwood City. But also because they're looking for sort of continuity of support for students that were a part of our programs in our Taft site, which is K through 5, but then would come to middle school and didn't have a BGCP program. So can you talk to us a little bit about some of the impact that you've already seen through our program at Kennedy so far?
Yeah, absolutely. We have students that have come from Taft who have engaged in programming there from K to 5. It's one student in particular, Brianna, who was so excited to be leaving Taft, but then really sad when she got to Kennedy and realized there wasn't that support system. And when, as an 8th grader, when she found out BGCP was coming to Kennedy, she felt like home was coming to her. There was just such familiarity with the program structure, with the staff and how they interact with and engage with students, and the curriculum that's provided, especially around the homework support.
Awesome. Thanks, Ruby. And can you tell us just a little bit about any challenges that you're facing with this new site at Kennedy?
Yeah, I think it would be, currently in the workforce climate, there's a really hard time finding instructors to fill the need, but fortunately, we are safely being able to program for all the students that we have. We don't have any wait lists, but if staff, or if we have the need to enroll more students as they trickle in, we will definitely put that on the radar to get hiring to fulfill the staff that we need for additional students.
Right. And team on this call, that has been a challenge that we have been sort of facing across the board, and I don't think is unique to BGCP right now. It's sort of a larger workplace challenge. But in general, hiring staff has been one of our biggest challenges, and we've got an incredible hiring team who's been helping us fill these spots. And so right now, we don't have any wait lists, or we've got a minimal wait list that we're almost hired for, but that continues to be a challenge that we're solving for to be able to meet the demand that's out there. Ruby, thank you so much for joining us. I said we're just so lucky to have you. If you could stay put for a bit, we might have some time to hang out at the end for some questions. Go Kennedy Cougars. And for now, I will transition us and welcome the amazing Stephanie Ogden, who is the principal of Redwood High, where we have a new partnership this year in alignment with one of our approaches, which is serving, making sure that we're serving all students. And we have programming for students on all different pathways who have all different interests and needs. Stephanie has been just such an incredible partner for us here at BGCP, and I'm just so thrilled that you're here. Welcome, Stephanie. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I have to admit I'm a little choked up from the beginning of this because what you said and what Peter said, I'm just still kind of a little bit emotional because I'm so grateful for all of you. What you have done for my school has been just amazing. It's just an outstanding presence on our campus, and it's changing people's lives in front of me, which is always the best thing that you can see.
Oh, Stephanie, thank you so much. And it really is just such a team effort.
Mm-hmm.
And so could you just tell all of these fine folks on the call a little bit about Redwood High?
Mm-hmm. So we're a small school. If you have been in Redwood for a while, you might know us as that school that takes bad kids. But we don't take bad kids. We take kids who have been failed by the bigger system, and we try to change their lives and give them a positive educational experience. They can, want to go on and think they can go on. They have not experienced success in other places. And so we're a small school, class size is 20, a lot of focused efforts on making kids, realize that they can be successful. And with the team that I have, it's really just been an amazing experience for students.
Wonderful. And yeah, I've had the pleasure of getting to spend some time on campus, and between just the beautiful facilities and the overall culture that you've built that really just conveys to students that they really matter. It's just so impressive to see. Can you tell us a little bit about the partnership between BGCP and Redwood High?
Yeah, when I started here 4 years ago, when we had the complete renovation of the facility. And so I came into a beautiful campus, and then I had worked with a couple of people just trying to get something going. And then the pandemic happened. And so everything just went to a slow down. One of the things about our population is we're 92% free and reduced lunch. We have a very, very poor population in a very affluent area. As you know, there's pockets of poverty here. And so one of the things that we spent a lot of time doing is outreach to give families food. So we did tons of outreach for a small school. We raised almost $50,000 to support those students. And so then with food, just because of the food insecurity. And so then when we got back, Mike Jones, who's probably the most awesome man I've ever met in my whole life, came over and started working with us and saying, hey, how do we make this happen? We really want to support you. And for our students, it's different because they always don't know how to accept support. So it has to be coming from a really genuine place. And Mike's like, I think we could hire somebody to come over here and be a presence on campus, because that's what we really needed, because some of our kids knew Boys and Girls Club as a teen middle school, and they're like, oh, I'm too cool. I'm too cool to go to Boys and Girls Club. And then we hired the amazing David Guzman, who showed everybody that there's nothing too cool for you to not participate in. And so now we have a really strong presence and team that works with kids all the time to get them over there. We have a homework center, we have the intramural sports, which is just an amazing thing because we have an amazing gym and we didn't have any sports teams. I could list 1,000 things that you guys are doing for us. It's just that you're such a great presence. It's just natural. I can't explain that. You guys are certainly welcome to come over to campus anytime and see it. It's a feel that you have when you come on campus. I think that Jenny, you were saying that, but so sports, homework support, clubs, Dave started a leadership on campus. Like I could go on and on and on.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you, Stephanie. And yes, big shout out to Mike Jones and David Guzman, who I believe is also on this call over here, just watching this partnership just flourish is really, really incredible to see. And we're just getting started. And so it's exciting. Stephanie, anything else you want to share? I know there's just so many student stories already, and it's only October. Anything else that you want to share with the folks on this call about our work together? Oh, I think
One thing I would just say is I'm so thankful for what you have done for so many of our students, but specifically, I really want to give a shout out for what we're doing for Ian Motaluki, who was out of school for a year due to medical reasons and really got behind. And so he came to us, and he's just a stellar guy, just, has been part of everything that we're doing here. And he will transfer back to his home school to graduate from them, which is one of the things that we do. But he last night moved on to be one of the 6 youth of the year for Boys and Girls Club. His family situation, his sisters are always there to support him. Mom and dad can't always be around. And I just want to say thank you so much for supporting this. He got a $1,000 scholarship last night. He's definitely going to college. His medical situation is, in a really good place, but you have changed the life of that young man.
Oh, Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for sharing Ian with us.
Yes.
We got to hear his amazing at the Youth of the Year preliminaries last night, and I don't know, someone was cutting onions around there because needed some tissues. It was just really incredible to hear this young man's story. We also had the pleasure of getting to check out his talents in action in the sound booth at the Forest Clubhouse the other day, where he was like mixing beats with our sound engineer. It was just really cool to see. And yeah, one of many stories. And so thank you, Stephanie, for everything that you're doing. We're just so excited to continue to grow and deepen this partnership together. You're an incredible leader, and with folks like you at the helm, the sky is truly the limit for what we can accomplish together. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And last but not least, in terms of our spotlight series for today, want to turn our attention to our brand new Barry Carr Sports Leagues. Man, we are really excited about this new initiative to bring free, accessible, incredible sports leagues to students across our communities. And so today I have the pleasure of welcoming Chris, the Big Show de Trinidad, our director of our sports leagues. Hello, Chris, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, and boy, does it feel good to be back with Team BGCP, or as I like to say, the Dream Team. And hearing Ian's speech last night was the reason why I came back to the Boys and Girls Club.
Wonderful. Yeah. So Chris, was with Team BGCP for 10 years and then left and joined Stratford Schools and led up the sports there. And we're just so lucky to have him back leading our sports leagues. Chris, why did they call you the Big Show?
Big Show was a nickname given to me by my direct supervisor when I first started 10 years ago, just really thinking outside of the box with our leagues that we had in place. Adding commentating, intro music, signage. I just wanted to create this big show and this experience for the kids that I thought that they deserved. I wanted them to get the same feeling I got when I stepped onto a field in middle school or high school.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So talk to us about the sports leagues. What are the goals of the leagues? Why are we investing so much energy in these leagues? What's the potential here?
Oh yeah, right now the Barry Carr Sports League is laying the foundation down. We're putting our best foot forward with after school leagues happening. We got 5 leagues that are up and running after school and in school as well with our intramural league. So it's pretty cool being on campus and seeing kids run to go get their lunch real fast and then throw on a jersey to take advantage of our leagues that are happening on campuses as well. At the end of the day, we just want to provide a local and free opportunity for all students in our community to play sports, with a huge emphasis on attracting and re-engaging some of the kids that we might have lost in the last couple of years, in particular, some high school boys. We also want to utilize sports as an opportunity to teach skills that transcend the playing field. So things such as, resiliency, collaboration, and leadership.
Wonderful. And it's been so cool to see so many new faces coming to our clubhouses, coming to our programs as a result of the sports league. So your point of the hook is really just resonates so much, because it's like, oh, you've got an indoor soccer league happening. Great. Let's play soccer. I love soccer. Oh, you've got tutoring happening down the hall. I might as well get help on my homework. Oh, there's some future grads college readiness work going on. Let me check that out and learn more about colleges and what my options are moving forward. And so it's really, really cool. And I think the potential for impact here is huge. Also, just going back to my own kids who are now starting to get involved in organized sports, I was just shocked at how expensive it is. And, it just struck me what a barrier the cost might be for so many people. And so this is really, really meaningful that we're able to bring this to the community for anyone who's interested. So Chris, so far we've had some indoor soccer, we've got volleyball going on. How do you envision the Barry Carr sports leagues evolving?
Really, right now we have leagues going on 5 days a week. I would like to move forward where we're opening up a little bit later throughout the evening to maybe 9:30 throughout the week, and then also looking into weekends. So pushing from that 5 days a week to 6 or 7 days a week, I think will be great. Also creating some leadership opportunities for our kids, maybe training some high school kids to be some officials or assistant coaches in our younger leagues, and doing some scoreboard keeping. I think that would be a great opportunity for our kids to grow inside the clubhouse.
Awesome. Well, we hope that folks on this call will come check out our leagues, cheer our amazing students on. They're pretty incredible athletes, but again, there's something for everyone. So it's an opportunity for students also who don't make their school teams to still participate in a positive way, get some competition in. If you come, you will easily spot me. I'm the one in the crowd with my bright pink pom-poms, so you'll know where to find me. And thank you so much, Chris. Excited for what's to come with this. So thank you so much to all of our guest speakers today. Y'all are amazing. With this, I'm going to turn it over to the wonderful Tina Sire.
Thank you, Jenny. And thank goodness for Tenley, who actually asked us a question in the chat. My job was to moderate the chat. And Chris, we got a question about who are the coaches for the Barry Carr Sports Leagues? Who's coaching those right now? And what's your vision for the future as we expand?
Yeah, so right now we have volunteer coaches that come in to help out with our high school leagues. And in our middle school situation, we have usually a teacher or a staff on campus that's taken on the role to coach their school teams. We have schools like KIPP, East Palo Alto Charter School, CCRMS, and they all have staff that are eager to have a sports team and then also lead and coach those teams as well. So, and then with our younger leagues, like I said, we'd like to get to a point where we have our older kids coaching our younger divisions, our K-5 leagues.
Thank you, Chris. And as we come to a close, I just want to invite any of you on the call, if you scroll your cursor over the screen, you can get to the chat option. And if you have questions for us, we're happy to follow up with you and answer those questions. So we may not answer them live right now, but you can put those in the chat and we'll be in touch with you personally. Jenny, thank you so much. The energy you bring, and with Stephanie and Ruby and Chris and Peter, it is such a strong team to be a part of. And I just feel so fortunate to be on this team. I also want to remind everyone to circle January 26th on your calendar. January 26th at 7:30, we will be streaming our Youth of the Year finals. You may see Ian in action at the finals. So that'll be streaming at 7:30 on January 26th. I know I'm in your email inbox a lot. You'll be seeing this from me in your inbox, but we'd love to have anyone and everyone join us live. I also want to let you know, one of the ways we honor our students is we work hard to put together an all-star panel of selection panelists that they get to meet and interview with at Youth of the Year. And we have an incredible all-star panel, starting with Andre Iguodala of the Warriors, who just played his 1200th NBA game. So we're fired up. He'll be interacting with our students. Christine Bastian, who's the Chief People Officer at Western Digital after a long career at Cisco. She's amazing. John Donahoe, Nike's CEO, will be there at our event on January 26th. Linnea Roberts, CEO of Gingerbread Capital and chair of the board for Teach for America. And then finally, Eric Yuan, who is the Zoom CEO. So it's an incredible, a diverse, a wonderful panel. And I'm so excited for our students and everyone watching. So I just want to thank everyone again for investing your time today. It looks like I've gone 60 seconds over, but we try to end on time. Thank you so much. And we are actually happy. A few of us will stay on the Zoom if you'd like to stay and ask us any questions. And Peter, I'll throw it to you to close us out. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a wrap. That's our thing, our update today. And if you have any other questions or want to hang on, you're welcome to. We'll be here. But again, just let me reiterate, thanks both me personally for everything you've done for me, and also for this organization and this community. It's really, Team BGCP is not really even an organization. We're a community. We're a community of folks with shared values who think that our community here should be a great place for all kids to grow up. And so it's really wonderful partnering with you to make that shared value a reality. So thank you all for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day. If you get a moment, get outside and enjoy some of the fall colors. It's truly spectacular right now.